video. It's been quite a while. In fact, it's been so long that this thing's registration's already expired. So I have to get this registered in Florida. Still has my PA plates on it. And yeah, it's been that long. So in case you don't know, in Florida, you actually have to either get a sheriff here and verify your VIN or drive your car over to the DMV and they read off the VIN. So it's been probably 5 or 6 months since I started this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the startup procedure that I do with any car that I haven't started in a long time. Start her up, really cold start, although it's a warm day today, it's like 75 degrees, but it hasn't been for very long that I started this thing. So we'll start it up, we'll get it going, take a little trip to the DMV, and we'll just hang out. Little drive therapy, as I call it. All right, so I popped the hood already, don't have to go in there anymore. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to put any more strain on the battery than it already is going to go through. Like I said, it hasn't been started in so long that the battery is probably going to be discharged quite a bit, and I don't want to damage it. I don't want to, you know, God forbid it's actually out of juice and I won't be able to start the car. So I'm going to put my little jump starter, jump and carry thing. You guys have seen this if you follow the channel. I've had this forever. It's the best jump starter in the market. Most car dealerships use this stuff. I'm also going to just check the oil, make sure I haven't lost all of it before I start it. Don't want to lose an engine, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'm just going to unlatch it here. Find the latch. It's kind of deep. There it is. One-handed. There you go. And there's the LT4. Looking a little dirty. Looks like some mice got in it. I need some shot cats for sure. Let's go ahead and set the camera down and check the oil. Now, as I check the oil, this oil was changed about a year ago. It is the 15W50 required for track. I did that before I went to Sebring because I definitely want to keep that track warranty. And GM provides. It's the best in the business. GM, if you buy a performance vehicle and you take it to the track and the car blows up, guess what? Let's see what we got. What do we have? Oh yeah, it's full of oil. Now the only problem is that I know the upper components don't have much oil left because it's been sitting for so long. So I'll see if I can prime the oil pump before we start it. Let's go ahead and hook up the battery. Now in these Camaros, it's a bit different. In these Camaros, so the battery's in the back, in case you guys didn't know that. And that's for weight distribution issues. I mean, it helps a lot with weight distribution. So there's no battery here. This is just basically the main terminal. So this is the positive, this is the negative. So I'm gonna hook it up so that, you know, it's basically got a second supply for the battery. A lot of people that own Camaros lose this little cap. I'm gonna try not to lose mine, but I can see why they take it off because it just gets in the way. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a safe place, out of the way, and hook up to the positive. I'll hook this up to the negative. Done. Let's go prime the pumps. I kind of wish there was like a button I can press that will make the oil pump move and nothing else. Unfortunately, the oil pump is run by the crank, right? So the crank drives a belt that drives the oil pump, or I think in this case, it's actually an internal gear system that's driven off the crank from the engine. So besides priming the fuel, I don't think the oil pump gets primed. So we're just gonna have to, you know, see what we can do. I hear some pumps going, and what I'm just doing, I'm just pressing the on button. Now I hear it again. I think that's the oil, I'm sorry, the fuel pump going on. Yeah, I see 0 oil pressure. Ah, man. Well, we're gonna have to just go ahead and start it. Of course, I'm gonna bring you guys back there. You guys can listen to the car start. I fill up the gas tank, so this is full with ethanol-free 93 octane gasoline. If you can find it, it's the best way to preserve your fuel and your fuel lines and your engine. Ethanol-free is the best way to go if you're going to store your car for a long time. Oil pressure is nice and high. I like that. It gave me the warning to change the oil soon. I believe that's because when we changed the oil at the dealership last time, they never reset the light. So this car thinks it's been, well, basically almost a year and a half since we've changed the oil. But we'll go ahead, get this car registered, and then we'll change the oil as well as the rear differential. That's another video. For now, we're going to go ahead and fill up these tires. Let's get them up to like 32, and then we'll set off. Sure, temperature is not up to temperature yet. It's right here. Oil pressure is good at 40. Fuel's still full. And we're off to our maiden voyage after about 6 months or so. It's been a long time. And now to the worst part of driving my sports cars is that we're still under construction. As you can see, I'm still driving on my lime rock road. Not concrete yet, and so I gotta drive really slow. These supercar R3 or 3R tires are always super sticky, so keep it nice and slow so that the rocks don't get kicked up too high. Just kind of slowly do it. It's unfortunate, but this is a country living. You don't get views like this. I live in the city, that's for sure. I think we just had a really rough rainstorm, so I think my road's been washed out a little bit. We'll take a look. Let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there's a washout. Happens every time. Gotta get my skid steer out and re-flatten it. Man, it's just the worst part. Small price to pay to construct exactly what I want. I needed to start like this, right? So, small price to pay. Now, if you're looking for high RPM, high fast powered drifting stuff, this is not the video for you. We are slowly getting this thing to the DMV so that we can get plates on it, and I will do a bunch of maintenance to it. That's the next video. And then we're gonna go to Daytona. Yeah, just driving nice and gingerly. It's a beautiful day. Never a bad day when you're in the Camaro, I'll tell you that. Gotta get this right. Let's do this.